I'm Jacquie Subban. I'm Head of Geographic Information and Policy at the Jacquie Municipality.
And you're doing something really innovative for the World Cup with the University of KwaZulu-Natal in the area of quantum physics. Can you tell me a little about it?
No, absolutely. It is indeed an exciting project. We started an initiative with the university to firstly create a quantum network in the city, which happens to be the first in the world. And I'll explain a little bit of what quantum security means on the network in a minute. But now we've translated that to the FIFA World Cup 2010, which is again going to be the first in the world because we'll be the only stadium in the world to have a secure link between the joint operation centers, which is going to be the area that we deal with in terms of monitoring security and security threats and so on. That project was launched last Friday. And now what quantum technology or quantum security does, provide a much higher level of security on a network as opposed to just your traditional cryptology. So you now have quantum cryptology, which, if you understand nanotechnology or quantum physics, means that you're dealing in a world that we can't see, in a world that is entirely behaves differently. And so the rules in quantum physics are very different to the rules in normal physics. And so whilst people can hack into normal cryptology networks, it's almost impossible at this point, because we don't even have the computing power yet to be able to hack into a quantum type secured network.
So how does that benefit us for the World Cup?
Well, for the World Cup, particularly the communication, whether it's data or voice communication between the stadium and the jock, in this particular case, will be a super secured, if you can put it that way, a super secured line which we'll never be able to hack into, so that information going between the stadium and the jock cannot be breached.
What's the jock?
Joint Operations Center.
And what happens there?
The Joint Operations Center is where we will monitor for security purposes, for any disaster purposes, and so it's the area where people come together from all different domains to give instructions, to plan, and to protect fans, the players, and anyone else.
It's all about security at the World Cup.
It's certainly a major contribution to the security during the World Cup. Just in Durban, it's the only city in the world that has a quantum network, as I indicated, that we've deployed the devices on a city network.
Wow.
And certainly now, from a stadium point of view, it's going to be the only one in the world where we have a quantum security. Interestingly, if you look at the picture here, that's the equipment that actually sits in the stadium, and you can see a picture of the stadium behind, where we're deploying the boxes in the technical area of the stadium. So it doesn't look fancy, but it certainly provides a layer of security that is which cannot be breached at this point.
And what security could otherwise be breached? I don't quite understand what security we're talking about.
Okay, in this case we're talking about information. So, I mean, a classic use of the quantum sort of network, if you like, is between the White House and the Pentagon. And we know that their network is certainly a quantum network, from what I understand from the physicists. But this network of ours is the first sort of city network. So whilst you have it between the Pentagon and the White House, that's a very private network between for the government of the US. This one is one where, on a normal municipal network, there is a quantum facility.